UART, Universal Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter. The main purpose of the UART is transmitting the data from one device to another device. UART is a asynchronous full duplex serial communication bus. Asynchronous means no need of having the same clock signal at a transmitter and receiver. Full duplex means at a time the transmitter send the data from transmitter to receiver and receiver to transmitter. It have two lines, one transmission line, second one is receiving line. Since it is asynchronous, instead of having the same clock frequency at transmitter and receiver, we need to set identical settings for both transmitter and receiver. That means transmitter and receiver both should have same baud rate, same number of data bits, means same data length, same number of stop bits, next parity bits, like that. So if you look at this one, is a block diagram of UART, simplified block diagram. In that, the UART module first within the system, it receives the data in parallel within the system. Then that is converting into serial for transmitting long distance communication. It contains read and write pin, clock signal for operating this UART module, next interrupt signal for generating the interrupts. So it sends the data as in the terms of packets. First it contains start bit, next it contains 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 data bits. Next it contains parity bits to provide the security. Next it contains 1 or 2 stop bits. Like that, UART transmitting the data from transmitter to receiver. So see here, UART transmits serial data in asynchronous full duplex form. Means no clock signal is transmitted along with data. Instead of same clock signal, we need to set identical baud rate, number of data bits in transmitter and receiver, and number of parity bits, number of stop bits, and flow control for both transmitter and receiver should be identical. Once we need to set identical settings, next we need to send data in terms of packets. So it contains two signal lines for communication. One is transmitting data, another is for receiving the data. This TM4C123GH6PM microcontroller includes 8 UART modules. So this microcontroller UART features are, it contains programmable baud rate generator providing the different baud rates. One is 5 Mbps for regular speed by dividing with 16, and it provides 10 Mbps baud rates by dividing the system clock by 8. Like that, the baud rate will be programmable by the user. It contains separate 16/8, means 16 bytes buffer for storing the transmitting data and as well as storing the receiving data. Separate buffers to reduce CPU interrupt service loading. Next, it contains a programmable FIFO length, first in, first out length, including 1 byte deep operation, providing conventional double buffered interface. Next, it contains different trigger levels: 1 by 8, 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 3 by 4, and 7 by 8. Next, it contains a start bit, stop bit, and parity bits. It contains line break generation and detection, means it sends the break frame between the frames. Once frame is completed, we can send the break. Again, next frame sending the second frame. Like that, we are sending the data in terms of frames. In between the frames, we are sending the line break. Next, fully programmable serial interface characteristics means we can configure the data frame. That means how many data bits we need to use, that will be programmable. Similarly, how many parity bits, that is either even parity or odd parity or no parity, that will be decided by the user. Similarly, we need to select how many number of stop bits, either 1 or 2, that will be programmable here. Next, it contains serial infrared encoder and decoder, and it uses SIR or UART input or output. It supports for IRDA serial infrared encoder or decoder functions for data rates up to 115.2 kilobytes per second for half duplex. It supports of normal 3 by 16 or low power bit durations. Programmable internal clock generator enabling division of reference clock by 1 to 256 for low power mode bit duration. It supports ISO 7816 smart cards. It contains modem flow control on UART1. It contains EIA 485 9-bit support. It contains standard FIFO level and end of transmission interrupts. It provides efficient transfers using micro direct memory access controller. It contains separate channels for transmitting the data and receiving the data. Receive signal request asserted when data is in the first in first out. Burst request asserted at programmed FIFO level. So this is the black diagram of TM4C123 GH6PM microcontroller UART module. TM4C123 GH6PM UART module. So this UART module sourcing the clock signal from precision in oscillator and system clock. This will be programmable and we can generate the desired speed by dividing the 16 for providing 5 Mbps, dividing by 8 for providing 10 Mbps, and it is giving to the programmable baud rate generator. In this baud rate generator, we can design our desired baud rate by dividing with integer, that means UART integer baud rate generator and UART fractional baud rate generator. So by using these two, we can set the desired baud rate. Then that is giving to the transmitter. This transmitter contains serial infrared encoder. So by encoding this data that is receiving from the transmitting buffer, that is encoded, and then the data is transmitted. Whenever it is receiving the data by using this UART 0 module or 1 module, like that, up to total 8 modules, UART 0 to UART 7, total 8 modules. So it receives any one of the module data that is decoded by using serial infrared reactive decoder that is giving to the receiver buffer, that is 16-byte buffer. Then that is giving to the this control register or data register, and it is giving to the interrupt controller and DMA controller for generating these control signals. The control signals may be either DMA request or interrupt signals. Similarly, it is giving to the control register. Like that, UART module transmitting the data from transmitter to receiver and receiver to transmitter. So this is a simplified block diagram of UART module. It contains transmitting unit, control and status unit, baud rate generator, and receiving unit. This is a simplified block diagram of UART module of TM4C123 GH6PM. So in this, we are discussing some of the registers. First, control register for controlling the UART module. So in this control register, first we need to enable the UART. By giving 1 to the UART enable, we are enabling the UART module. Next, serial infrared encoder. By giving 1, we are enabling the serial infrared encoder. Next, some of the important signals are, we need to enable receiver enable by giving 1 to the RXC. We are enabling the transmitter by giving 1 to the TXC, that means transmitting enable. Next, we are enabling the high speed, that means it provides 5 Mbps by dividing 16 by system clock, and it can provide 10 Mbps by providing. By default, it provides 5 Mbps. Whenever you want 10 Mbps, that HSC bit value is 1. HSC, high speed enable. Whenever you want to provide the high speed, at that time, this value 1, that leads to dividing the system clock with 8. Automatically it provides 10 Mbps baud rate. Next, we need to enable UART module. Similarly, clear to send enable, request to send enable. This is bit is RS, means reserved. Next, request to send reserved bit, transmitting receiver enable, transmitting enable, like that. Next, line control register to configure the UART frame. So the generally frame contains data bits, start and stop bits, parity bits. So we need to check. So BRK means break. So STP2 means stop bits. By default, it contains 1 stop bit. The UART frame contains 1 stop bit. Whenever you want to provide 2 stop bits, at that time, this STP bit value is 1. This STP2 bit value is 1 to provide 2 stop bits in the UART frame. Next, FIFO enable means we are enabling the buffer. First in, first out buffer will be enabled by giving this 1 value to the FEN. Next, word length. So how many number of data bits we need to transfer? By default, this UART module transfer 5-bit data. Whenever you want to transmit either 6-bit, 7 bits or 8 bits, according to that, we are giving value to the word length. 00 means 5 data bits are transmitting, like that. Next, break. So whenever after completing the transmitting the frame, we are sending the break signal, like that. We at that time that value is 1. Next, parity enable. So we need to, if you want to enable the adding the parity bits in the data, at that time this parity enable value is PEN value is 1. If you are not adding parity bits, at that time the PEN value is 0. After enabling the parity, if you are enabling the even parity, at that time that EPS value is 1. If you are adding even number of ones in the data, at that time we are selecting even parity. So if you want to add even number of ones, that value is 1. Next, data register. So data register means we are transmitting the data. So here we are transmitting 8-bit data. So first 8 bits are the containing the data, means information. Next 8, 9, 10, 11 bits. Those are used for finding the source of error. What is the error we are getting in the frame? FE means frame error. PE means parity error or break error or overflow error. So we need to check based on the bits value, we are finding the type of error occurring in the frame. Next, flag register. Flag means status register, indicating some information. So here we are indicating transmitting buffer is full. E means empty. So transmitting first in first out buffer is empty here. If its value is 1. If the receiver buffer is full, FF means full. F indicates full. E means empty. So based on this value, we are checking that is a buffer, transmitting buffer is empty or full. Receiving buffer is empty or full. So TX means transmitter, F means first in first out, E means empty. So transmitting first in first out is empty if its value is 1. Similarly, RXFF, receiver first in first out full. So receiver buffer is full if its value is 1. Similarly, otherwise 0. So TX means transmitter first in first out, buffer is FF indicates, F indicates full, E means empty. So like that. Next, busy means whenever we are writing the data to the register, at that time that flag indicates that is busy. Whenever you are writing the data to the data register, that busy flag will be high. Next, baud rate generators. So here 2 baud rate generators are there. One is UART. I indicates integer. I means integer. UART integer baud rate generators. UART integer baud rate generator for generating the integer baud rates. So by dividing the integers, we are providing the integer baud rate baud rates. Similarly, if you want to provide a fractional baud rates, we are dividing the system clock with fractional part. Next, run clock gate control UART. Run mode clock gating control UART module. So this is used to enable the clock to the UART. First, if you want to execute the instructions, we need to provide the clock signal to that one. So register, if you want to enable the clock to the UART, we need to enable this register. We are using this register. Next, there is each bit for each of the UART module to UART 7. Total 8 modules are there. Total 8 modules are there. UART 0 to UART 7. So each bit is for corresponding UART module. If you are using UART 0 means the D0 is 1. Corresponding bit will be 1 whenever you are using the corresponding module. So like that, we are providing the clock signal to the UART module. So how we are transmitting the data and receiving the data, that is procedure we are discussing here. First, we are providing the clock signal to the UART module by programming the run mode clock gate control UART register. Program the run mode clock gate control UART register to get clock on the UART 0. Next, program the run mode clock gate control GPIO register to get the clock for port A. First, enabling the clock signal for UART module. Next, enabling the clock signal for input pins or output pins. That means port A. Next, enable the UART by using this one. Next, we can set the baud rate by using the integer baud rate and for fractional baud rate generators for UART 0. Next, we need to select the clock, program the UART clock to select the system clock as UART clock. Next, set the bits in UART line control register for one stop bit, no interrupt, no FIFO use, and for 8-bit data size for UART 0. So we can define the line control register. So how many data bits we are transmitting? Here data bits are 8 bits are we are transmitting. Number of stop bits are 1. No FIFO, no interrupts for UART 0 module. Next, program the transmitting enable and receiver enable in UART control register to enable the transmitter and receiver. So next, we need to enable transmitter and receiver enable. Next, make port A 0 pin and port A 1 pins to use as the digital pins. After enabling this one, transmitter receiver, we are enabling the port A 0 pin and port 0 pin as the digital pins. Next, configure PA0 and PA1 pins for UART. By selecting the alternative functions, we need to configure PA0 and PA1 pins for UART. Loop the program for wait on transmitting the data output. So we need to write the loop for program, loop the program for wait on the transmitting data output. Next, monitor the transmitter first in first out full flag bit, and when it goes slow, write data to the data register. So we need to mod the flag register. In that flag register, if the buffer is full, this indicates the buffer is full means it is not possible to write the data. So whenever this flag bit value low, then only we are writing the data into the data register. For that, we need to monitor that one. Monitor the buffer. Monitor the buffer until it is showing empty. Next, monitor the receiver flag empty flag bit in the UART flag register, and when it goes slow, read the received byte from the data register and save before it gets overwrite. Like that, in UART we are transmitting the data.